Hi everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are as always your hosts
Arne and Carlos, and in November this year 2024 we bring you a knit along. Every day we are revealing 6 rounds of a Christmas stocking, and our goal is to have you all set up with the Christmas stocking ready by December 1st. And if you want to give your spouse a stocking as well, you could knit a second one starting December 1st. And getting it done 6 rounds a day until Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
or
It is possible.
maybe you want to wear it. You have to change the yarn into a thin yarn and thin needles.
Yeah, because I was going to say people don't have that big feet. No. I mean, this Christmas stocking is kind of set up to be able to receive a lot of gifts.
A lot of gifts.
Although you know, Arne, that it's always the smaller gifts that
we know. We
have
a niece, and
she learned that quickly.
She learned that very quick because I was her godfather, and you know when you're a godfather you have to give the kids something for Christmas and birthdays, and there's a lot of gifts all the time actually. And then
we bought jewelry for her.
We bought jewelry, and she knew the small gifts were the nicest.
Yeah. So the first time we gave her jewelry, we bought her a pair of silver earrings. They were made of silver and they were heart-shaped.
Yeah.
She must have been 7, 8 years old. And she just ran with the earrings to the bathroom and put them on, and she was so happy.
Yeah. And now she doesn't wear a lot of jewelry.
No,
actually.
I know. I mean, we built up a lovely little collection of pieces for her, but yeah, that's life. Although I do have to announce I became a godfather. Very recently, about a week ago, I became godfather to little Zoe.
Zoe.
And little Zoe will be getting some pieces as well. Some small things here and there in silver and white gold.
It's nice to give those little things to girls. And also you know those jewelry boxes? I think we bought one with the ballerina in once.
Yeah, I need to look for a little jewelry box for the baptism. I'm bringing her a jewelry box with a little piece of something. I think maybe a little pendant or something in gold or in silver. You know, something modest but beautiful. That's my motto.
We have plans.
We have plans, yeah. And anyway, the little gifts are the ones that count. So the stocking does not really have to be that big, but it should be big enough. And then you have the kids, Arne.
But I don't think you give jewelry in the Christmas stocking. The Christmas stocking isn't that the day? No. Traditionally, that's on the morning on the 25th.
Yeah, in other cultures. In our culture, we don't really have the stocking. Well, we do now.
We do now.
But originally, it was not a stocking.
Goodies.
Originally, what we would do, we would take a bowl of porridge and take it to the barn if you lived in a farm, or maybe to the attic if you live in a house or an apartment building. You would take a little bowl of porridge and put it out for the Christmas elf, and then the Christmas elf in return would give you a gift. So we didn't have stockings. Nowadays, though, we're becoming more and more international and globalized, so we have adopted all of those stocking, the traditions with stocking and all that.
The stocking, sometimes I think they get it on the morning on Christmas Eve, the 24th, just to have like a start for the Christmas Eve, and sometimes maybe in the morning on the 25th, but it's different everywhere.
Yeah, and we usually say that when it comes to things that you're not going to wear, like a Christmas ball, a Christmas stocking, things like that, that gauge is not very important because you're not going to wear it anyway. It's not going to be to size. You can always use a larger size needle if you want. You really don't have to be that aware of the gauge. Although for the Christmas stocking, though, Arne, they do. They have to get the gauge perfect. You know why? Because if there's more than one kid, so if there's 2 kids or more, and each kid is getting a Christmas stocking, they will notice.
Oh yeah, they will have the same
They will
size.
notice if one stocking is bigger than the other.
That could be a problem.
They will notice, so that can be a big problem. So when you're doing your Christmas stocking, do your gauge swatch first and make sure that the gauge is identical on both or 3 stockings or whatever. Because if not, you will be hearing from those kids.
You will have it.
You will get it for
Or
sure.
they're also like Sonia. If you watch this, I have to tell people.
The Queen.
No, Sonia who travels with us.
Oh, our friend. Oh, okay, yeah. So
because she have to tell what you did, Sonia, because Sonia, she was making a sweater of the Christmas knit along last year because she doesn't use stockings traditionally, so she was knitting a sweater.
She made a sweater out of the stocking.
That is cool. So if you
Yeah.
don't use the stockings or don't want to knit the stock, cast on a rib and do a sweater.
But you know what? That would be something that Her Majesty, the Queen, so the Queen of Norway is also named Sonja, and Her Majesty would probably, I mean, knowing her as we do, she would probably embark on a very ambitious project, like knitting a sweater instead of a stocking too.
And then she will unravel, the king said.
Yeah.
She did a lot of unknitting.
Unraveling, yeah.
Unraveling.
Because she's a perfectionist, yeah. And this was
That is
told
so
to
cool.
us by His Majesty the King himself when we met him. We met him and the Queen about 15 years ago when they visited our county, and we were selected to say hello to
our
them,
stuff,
show our
like-
stuff, and talk to them.
Like local artists
Yeah, and
had stands, more or less. Well, not stand. We were just standing there with stuff.
And the king did say that his wife was a perfectionist, so she spent. Anyway, what he said was that what he saw was the queen was unraveling most of the time because she wanted it perfect. We did want to tell the queen to relax because it's only knitting, but you know she's still the queen, so you don't want to
tell the queen.
You don't want to tell her what to do. So we kind of smiled, and I believe I looked into the queen's eyes and I gave her a smile, and I believe she smiled back. And I think she kind of knew what I was thinking.
I don't know.
She was probably thinking I was thinking, relax, it's only knitting. You don't have to.
Maybe.
You don't have to be such a perfectionist. Anyway, it was a lovely meet with the king and the queen. And after that, we've actually never met the king again. That was the only time. Well, he's still alive, so we may meet him again sometime. Who knows? But up until now, we haven't had the pleasure. But we have met the queen a couple of times after as well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
She's very nice.
But I think we should talk about the knitting because
We
today
should,
is
yes.
a special. Today is a little bit different since we talk about knitting.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about knitting now, we can continue with talking
Right, yeah,
about
yeah,
knitting. And is it you who reveal?
Yeah,
because I think it's time to reveal because this time this 6 rounds is a little bit different from the last one.
And you know, I mean, we're already on the 11th day of the knit along, so you already know the drill. We reveal here 6 new rounds or 6 new rows, and then, only then, after we do our reveal, because we designed this, it's our pleasure to do it, or we do it at our pleasure, and so we want to reveal it here first, and then you can go to the blog and download the chart for free. You have to wait until we reveal it here.
Yeah,
That's
and
our
then
privilege, that's our choice. But anyway, once we've revealed here, go to arnecarlos.com/blog and you can download today's chart. And remember, we've said it about 50 times. We're
No.
going to keep saying it.
It's day 11.
Yeah, but we've still said it 50
We said
times.
it 50 times.
The pattern is only free until December 1st, and after that, you will have to pay for it if you don't download it on
So
time.
do it now.
So do it now, do it every day, and make sure to download the whole thing, because we're going to post the whole thing, and it's going to stay for free for a whole week before it, on December 1st at midnight, disappears as a free pattern and becomes a paid pattern. So you know already the drill, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, Arne, can we have a little drum roll? And I am going to reveal... Ta-da! And here is what we've already knitted in the
it's
past
growing.
11 days.
And we have the scrap yarn for the heel.
Yeah, so I like revealing it this way, but I can turn it around.
So you can see
And you
how
will
it looks.
see that on the heel, this part and this part will be above and below the heel. So it'll look really nice.
Yeah. But
And now we've started the color work that will go up towards the rib that we will do in 14 days approximately. So we still have 14 days of fun.
But on this 6 rounds, you have a few rounds where there are 4 green stitches, and 4 is for us a little bit too much to carry the float. So we like to not carry the float. So we carry the float with us when we do 4 stitches. So sometimes you can knit 2 and then you twist the yarn and you knit 2 more, or you can knit 1 and twist and knit 3. There's so many ways. And then on the last round, there is 7 green stitches. That means you have to carry the yarn or the float.
Yeah.
Carry the yarn you're not knitting with, or carry the float 2 times.
So here you can see here you've got if you look closely here on the needle, you've got those 7 stitches. I can't. There they are. There they are. 7 stitches, and you have to twist twice.
And if you knit 1 white and 7 green and then white again and not carrying the yarn, it will be really bad.
Yeah.
It's really hard to keep the
And
tension.
remember,
and if it was something you used, you will rip it out.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And remember that little trick we taught you already. Once you've done it, do a little pull like this. Just pull it like this to get the stitches to pop up in place, especially if they're tight. Yeah. You have the chance now, because now the stitches are on the needle, and so you can adjust like this and make sure that everything is pretty much the same size. And it's a good thing to do, because if it's too tight there, it is not too late to fix. So remember, give it a little pull, and if you're not, I mean, if it's lying nicely and if it's looking okay, it should be fine. And remember that after we finish and we cast off, there's always the possibility to steam with a wet towel, and that will also help the stitches go into place. Yeah. And remember, you can always pull here as well and
also,
adjust.
A lot of people want to see how it looks on the inside, so this is how it looks now. And we don't care about twisting this one way or the other. We keep an eye on the 2 balls of yarn. So if there's a lot of raveling, we go the opposite way. Yeah. Because it doesn't matter for this side which way the yarn goes on the back.
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of people will probably
care about that.
Say that is wrong, but it's not. And
no.
We know. We've been knitting for 100 years, so we know it doesn't make any difference.
We can do it. You can do it either way. If you want to pull the yarn or twist the yarn, carry the yarn the same way all the time, feel free to do that. If you don't think it's necessary, as we don't think it's necessary, you don't have to do it. And the advantage of not caring too much about what way you carry the yarn is that if you one time go over and then the next time go under, you're actually getting the stitches to become more even. Yeah. So they become more and more the same size.
It doesn't do anything with the stitches, which way the yarn
you won't see
carried
it from the
on the back. So you can't tell which way they were carried.
Yeah.
So that's the 6 rounds for today.
And we will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode and 6 more rounds.
Yeah.
And we will be doing this until November 25th. We do hope that you are enjoying this knit along. And we actually would love to encourage all of you to become as active as you can down in the comments below here, right? This here is our knitting community. Every day we've got great people coming in and leaving their comments, telling us how their progress is going, helping each other out, and just having a great time in November, which is good, right? I mean, It's good to do this in November so that you can focus on your chores and your Christmas tasks for Christmas, or in December. So please be as active as you possibly can. And that's actually the only thing we ask for. I mean, we're giving you this knit along for free because we feel that it's a nice way to bring everybody together. And so we would love people to come together. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's the Christmas spirit of giving, right?
Yes.
And sometimes giving is more fun than receiving as well. Yeah. So we hope that you have enjoyed this episode, and let's go to the competition. So we've got a really cool competition running this year where we will randomly select a lucky winner who will win our latest e-booklet that we have done for Rowan and enough of the Rowan Norwegian wool yarn to knit one of the sweaters from this e-booklet in any size they want.
Yeah, and the inspiration for this collection is Svalbard. So we have the husky sweater, we have the dog sledge, we have cables, and we have polar bears. And the only thing you have to do is to answer this question. How many books have we published?
Yep, that's the question for this year. And we want you to put the answer in the comments down below. It's a number we're looking for. And we're going to give you a little hint. Wikipedia is not a reliable source. So you may want to look elsewhere if you want to get the correct answer. Yeah. And you can put the answer down preferably once per day. During this knit along, and that will increase your chances. But please do not put the answer more than once per day, because then you will be ghosted by YouTube, and you do not want that to happen. So once a day is pretty much enough. Yeah. And we will announce the lucky winner in December. So this will be a fine Christmas, well, one person will get a really fine Christmas present from Arne and me in the post as well.
Yes. So remember to like and subscribe, and if you're a subscriber, put on that notification bell, because then you won't miss an episode.
Yep, and make sure to interact with our content, as that really helps us here on YouTube. And last but not least, for additional content, make sure to look at the offer that we have for members. Becoming a member means that you will get 15-minute catch-ups with us every week. We do live streams where we offer our knitting help and expertise. We've got shenanigans in the kitchen and shenanigans, well, actually, shenanigans pretty much wherever we go. And then there's fun things like badges and emojis and other kind of content like that. So if you want to become a member, or if you want to consider it, all you need to do is visit our channel at ARNE CARLOS, go to the subscribe button, and next to the subscribe button, you've got a join button. Join by clicking and then selecting your tier. And we look forward to seeing you for that additional content as well. And if not, it's perfectly okay. We look forward to seeing you here every day for our knit along, and then for our usual episodes on Sundays.
Yes.
Yep.
So
So thank you for watching, and we will catch up with you very, very soon again. Bye.
bye.